Hey guys, Manchester City have just beat Southampton 5-2 in an interesting, pulsating, strange game of football. But ultimately, we have got the 3 points, and that is all that matters. We are back to winning ways. The United game was nothing but a blip, a thing in the horizon in the past that we've moved on for, and I'm very, very, very happy. It's going to turn the camera around so you can't see Nicola playing Assassin's Creed in the background so we can chat. I'm going to give my verdict on the game before I dive into the comments. It's good to see you all here. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big old like if you don't mind. Let's get those likes up on this live video. For now though, I'm gonna imbue you with my verdict of this game before talking to you in the comments, so hang on in there and I'll get to you all in a little bit. That wasn't a needed game of football. It was a game of football with mistakes, if we're being honest. It wasn't a perfect game, and I suspect Guardiola won't be happy with the defensive stability, or I guess the word should be the lack of the defensive stability, because we were a little bit shaky at the back. But ultimately, all that matters is that we got the 3 points today. We needed a reaction after the United game. We needed to come here and see Manchester City score a goal today. Someone just said, is it ropey audio for anyone? I'm pretty certain the audio should be pretty good. If it isn't, I apologise, but it should be pretty good, hopefully. But either way, we got there's a lot of stories from today's game, an awful lot of stories. I don't know where to start. Obviously, 3 assists for Phil Foden, which is sensational. 3 assists for Phil Foden. I thought he was absolutely mesmeric. I mean, it's not simple, Pep Guardiola. Just play Phil Foden every single week. He's a fantastic footballer. Now, I don't mean every single week. I don't mean every single game. I'm being facetious there. But what I do mean is make sure he's on the pitch as a substitute at very least. Make sure he's starting more games than he's not. Make sure that we're using this insanely talented young player to the maximum of his ability and his potential. Tonight, he showed just how lively he is. Is it 2 assists or is it 3 assists? Either way, he was involved in so many goals, and he was absolutely brilliant. I can't remember how many assists it was. I'm trying to remember. But he was brilliant either way. Recorded as 2 assists apparently, but we can't deny that Phil Foden was fantastic tonight. A fantastically gifted young footballer, one that should have been involved more against Man United, but we live and learn, and hopefully we've realised that this kid's quality is too much not to be involved regularly, because he has it all to his game. And of course, Riyad Mahrez, absolutely sensational tonight. I mean, Mahrez, when he's on that kind of form, he's just so much fun to watch. He is a magician. He is the kind of player that can get you on the edge of your seat. He is the kind of player that can turn a game on its head just like that. I was absolutely livid after that penalty decision. I was still ranting and raving, and you can see on the watch along the stream, and there will be a watch-along highlights coming tonight. I was ranting. I was absolutely fuming, and I'll get onto that decision in a bit. But either way, just out of nowhere, Mahrez put all those fears away. He turned up a bit of moment of magic, going past the defender, fired it in, and then of course it was him and made the 3rd goal with a lovely slaloming Messi-esque dribble from Mahrez. It took so many players out of the game, unlucky to hit the post and Gundogan tapping it in. But then of course the quality of his finish as well for his 2nd goal. Beautiful stuff from a player. That's what you want to see more of. I know there's lots of Mahrez fans, and there's some people like myself who get criticism for sometimes criticising Mahrez. I'm not criticising Mahrez. I'm just saying I want to see that from him more often. Recently, his form has been absolutely top-notch, and it's a pleasure to watch him play when he's in this kind of form. Mahrez is a fantastic footballer, and today he was a difference maker, and I can't deny that. He was brilliant. I want to say as well, I thought it was notable that Bernardo being in the team, helped knit together this attacking fluidity. Of course, his work rate and his endeavour will always create space for those around him. And Bernardo today being involved was absolutely excellent. Of course, as well, by the way, I mean, I want to give up De Bruyne. Big up De Bruyne. After a stinker the other day, he was crucial today. And 2 goals. Obviously, one was an absolute tapping, but his 2nd was a high-quality goal. Megan Vestergaard, can we take a moment of silence and respect? Vestergaard, rest in peace, my friend. Genuinely destroyed him with that, Megs. It was absolutely painful to watch for Vestergaard, but it was a lovely, lovely goal, and assist for Foden as well, for what it's worth. But it was good. Bernardo was shit in front of goal. Everything else from him was okay. Yeah, no, he wasn't great in front of goal, blue side of Manchester. I agree, but I still think he had a good game overall. Fernandinho was okay. I thought. Who else on the pitch? Gundogan was fine. He got a goal again once again. Defensively, I thought we were kind of all over the place, and I've got a theory which isn't that good about this defence. I believe we're rotating away into inconsistency. I understand that Guardiola's got to keep everyone happy, but at the moment we're seeing signs of the defence looking a little bit less solid. We are looking a little bit shaky defensively, and I do believe personally that's down entirely to all the changes that we're making. If you make that many changes, eventually you're gonna you're gonna start to show cracks because the players weren't consistent. Laporte and Diaz didn't have the strongest game. Kyle Walker didn't have his strongest game. There's quite a few times when they got him. I thought Zinchenko was pretty good, by the way. But it's worth noting that we're not fully solid at the moment. And Southampton probably felt a little bit hard done by on the night because 5-2 was probably a bit. Probably a little bit harsh to Southampton. Obviously, we finished well, but they would have felt like they were in the game for an awful long time of it. And now we get to the bit of the penalty decision. I am still irrationally annoyed about that. I've just watched Man City score 5 goals, and I'm still annoyed about a penalty that wasn't given in the first half. As I was saying during the watch-along, what are you meant to do as a football fan when you see a decision that bad? What are you meant to do? Meant to just go, okay, that's fine. I'll just brush it off and presume everything's okay. The only conclusion you can come to is that a referee didn't want to give it. And if he didn't want to give it, when you see it, how obvious it is, you go, why didn't you want to give it? You think, why? Why aren't they giving that decision? I don't want to go to, corruption or whatever. But what I will say, it's either corruption or insane incompetence to the point where they shouldn't be refereeing. Either isn't a good look for those referees, you know what I mean? Either isn't good. And when it's that bad, you can't help but just want to scream. It was shockingly a bad decision. It was as clear a penalty as you'll ever see. And I was livid, absolutely livid during that game because you feel like you're not playing on a level playing field. Especially when we've just seen the softest penalty given. And I'm sorry, people will turn around and say it was a penalty by Laporte, gave it away. I still think he barely touched him. He brushed his arm on his shoulder. He went down like a sack of spuds. And then a penalty was given. I would have taken that if he was at least fair and consistent, but he wasn't. There was just a comment in the live chat, and Bub said it encourages diving. It encourages diving, and genuinely, it does. It does encourage diving when you see someone like Foden who stays honest and stays on his feet. It's ridiculous. Guardiola, by the way, said this action is incredible. Incredible. He's absolutely livid. He also came out as well. He said, I don't understand why Fulham is not allowed a goal versus Spurs. I don't understand the hands versus Arsenal and Burnley. Another example is the penalty today. John can't see it, but VAR is there. I never complain about referees, but this is incredible. Guardiola's come out and moaned that big. Guardiola never does that, but he's that fuming. That fuming. Even Phil Foden said, I'm an honest guy. I never like to die, but I thought I tried to stay on my feet and thought it was 100% a penalty. I don't know what happened there. And you're right, Phil. You're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I mean, if it's got to the point where players have to go down to get a penalty, then you're doing it wrong. You're doing football wrong. They shouldn't have to dive, man. You shouldn't have to dive. Just genuinely, we saw that replay. Foden touches the ball, slow motion. The keeper just catches his foot and takes him down. How did they not see that? How did they not see that, man? How did they not see it? It's ridiculous. Either way, I do want to go back to Foden. Foden was brilliant. He was brilliant. It was lovely as well, of course, to see Aguero get on the pitch. Obviously, he wasn't involved that much. He got 20 minutes, which was nice, but it was nice to see that little snapshot, from Aguero when he stung the keeper's hands. That's what you want to see from a striker. And it was great to see Aguero have the confidence to shoot from there because we got so used to watching Gabriel Jesus and Sterling basically not shoot and just kind of just drag the ball back, run to the corner, and maybe try and cross it. You want to see a striker be a brute in front of goal. Having said that, I do think he looked a little bit lost in that team, interestingly enough. Obviously, the game was kind of dead at that point, but he did seem to go through the motions a little bit when he came on. But it was nice to see him back on the pitch. And I thought it was a good idea as well to get Mendy on the pitch, of course. I mean, genuinely, obviously, Mendy's probably not got much of a chance at the moment. But while he's in the squad, if he's training and working hard in the squad, even if he's not going to play, if you've got a chance to get him on the pitch and get some minutes, I think it's a good idea. It's just maintaining the squad balance, so I don't mind that. But overall, ultimately, the only thing that matters is that we got the 3 points. I'll try and get the Premier League table up on screen right now. I'll get it up on screen. Obviously, United don't play to the weekend, so we can't really judge it. I've had to make it. I've had to screenshot down to 8 plays because I want to put Liverpool on just to be a massive Burt. I mean, you can't really Burt against Liverpool because it's not really how Burting works with Liverpool. It's meant to be against United. But I'm going to do it anyway just because I want to just laugh at Liverpool because it's always good fun to laugh at Liverpool. Oops, I've just kind of got rid of my scroll there. Sorry, scroll. Go back over there, you. But there we go. There is the table. As you can see, it's lovely stuff. It's a bit small. I'll put it over there next to me. But either way, we got United, obviously, currently 14 points behind us. I'll make it a little bit bigger over my face. Sorry, face. I'll put it down here in the corner, actually. I'll just move out of the way. We got United currently 14 points behind us. They have got a game in hand, though. But either way, the point is that game was important to win today because it addresses any concerns that we may have had. Leicester, of course, 15 points behind us with a game in hand as well. Chelsea, miles behind you. Liverpool, 25 points behind. Absolutely love it. But that looks good, doesn't it? It looks reassuring all of a sudden. We only need, is it 6 or 7 more wins or something like that to win the league now? And that is good stuff. That's what you want to see. Let's basically just remember that tonight. It wasn't perfect, but we got the victory. We got the 3 points. There are question marks about the defence. Genuinely question marks about the defence today. But it was okay. Let's go over to your chats. Let's go over to this screen where I can see your comments. Get your thoughts in. Let me know you thought. False 9 FC said Sean Lumen. Sean, you're probably right, mate. I mean, at the moment, I think it's pretty notable that we do like this style. We do like this this system, this fluidity. And I think as soon as we had a natural striker in Aguero, we didn't really know what to do. Obviously, it will change. And when Aguero's back in the pitch, we will find those runs and stuff like that. But it's interesting to see that we are moving towards that. And even with Jesus on the pitch, it's more of a false 9. The guy called Mario Balotelli keeps saying Mendy's head on the stick, which is a weird comment, mate. What did Mendy do wrong today? He was fine. He came on. It's a weird comment. None of that nonsense, please. And tell United to mind the gap, says Natty. I will tell United to mind the gap. Mind the gap, Man United. I'll never get old saying that. I mean, they can have the derby. We'll have the Premier League trophy. How does that sound, guys? Is that a fair deal? Let's shake on it. You have the derby. We'll have the big stuff. You know. A lot of people talking about Laporte at the moment. I mean, one thing I will say is that when you're in and out the side constantly, it's very hard to find consistency and rhythm. And I think at the moment, when you constantly change the defence, you won't. I think Laporte would be fine if he was playing every single week. Having said that, I do personally prefer the partnership with Diaz and Stones because I feel like they have a better connection. Not because they're better players, but I feel like the connection between them is one of, it's a bromance. It's an absolute, they love each other. And that stuff does sometimes matter, you know. Ash agrees to that deal. What do you think of Mahrez being hooked on a hat-trick? I don't give a shit, Carl. I don't give a shit if... I think Mahrez coming off and get a rest when he's in that good form is a great idea. And the hat-trick isn't important, you know. The victory and the player's fitness is important. I had no problem at all. The way I saw Mahrez being brought up, by the way, was, well done, Mahrez. You've done the job. Absolutely fantastic. Now come and get a rest. That's how it should be. And I understand that entirely. Mahrez was brilliant today. He doesn't need a third goal to consolidate a great performance, in my opinion. So I understand it entirely. Mr. JK saying, you always ignore my comments. Mate, I'll be honest, I've not even noticed him. I don't ignore anyone's comments. I just... Mr. JK said United will drop points this weekend. Hopefully you're right, mate. I don't ignore any comments, by the way. My eyes just lock on a comment for whatever reason. And then you got to bear in mind I talked for 30 seconds about a question to an answer. By the time that one scrolled past, I've missed it. So apologies if I do. Guys, let's get the likes up if you don't mind. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It would be massively appreciated. Let's get me to 52,000. I only need 73 more, which would be nice. I'm loving Big Johnny's comment here, by the way. Big Johnny do some big birding, saying United have accepted their fate as our bogey team. Do you know what? It's their cup final now, quite literally, mate. But you know what? You're right. That is who they are now in the Premier League games. They genuinely just, they're just our bogey team. We turn up. They might beat us every now and then, but we'll just go and win the league or win loads of trophies anyway. It's their level. And you know what? They're a pretty good side, but we got different aims, you know. They want to be us. We want to win trophies. So it's always, as the kids would say, levels. But Big Johnny's dropping big facts. Big Johnny's big facts is what I'm going to say right now. Thank you so much for the super chat. Don't forget, by the way, I try and get to as many comments as I can, but I'll always get to the super chat and members first, just because it's the least I can do for them, giving a little bit extra towards the channel. Aguero, the crying emoji, says Ben. It was lovely to see Aguero, by the way, man. It was lovely to see Aguero on the pitch. I still have tentative nerves about Aguero's future at Manchester City. I'm sorry. I wish I could pretend I was confident, but I do have tentative nerves. I do worry sometimes that this could be the end game for Aguero. Does Varane have a future at City? Diary, of course, Ferran Torres has a future at Man City. He's at the moment, he's obviously adapting to life. Let's see how he is next season when fans are back in the ground and when, hopefully fans are back in the ground and life feels more normal. You got to bear in mind, it's a tough time to join a new club. And Ferran Torres, he's came into England as a new lad in a horrible era, in a lockdown era, when life is miserable and all that kind of stuff. But it's difficult for him. I've got no doubt he's got the ability. It'll just take a little bit of time. Give him a second season like Cancelo and Rodri and all that kind of stuff. But Torres is obviously a good player. Not found his spot in this team yet, but there's better players than Ferran Torres who've struggled before at a new move. So we've got to bear that in mind, of course. Ferran Torres, I've got no doubt he'll become very good eventually. He's just young. He's a young lad finding his way into this team. Be patient with him. Either way, he only costs us 20 million, and I'm sure he'll be fine. Look at the Mahrez fanboys there, loving Mahrez. And Mahrez was absolutely on fire. That is a hella collection of emojis and flames and Mahrez. I will never understand, by the way. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. But I'll never understand being a fan of one player. It's just insane to me. But Mahrez is brilliant today, by the way. Genuinely brilliant. Rubber Guts. Nicholas is she's a fan of one player. Is that me by any chance? Ah, Nicola, you smooth little bastard. Ah! I think Nicola's hitting on me, guys, by the way. I don't know what to do. I'm nervous. A beautiful lady. Mahrez is brilliant, by the way. He was genuinely brilliant. 5 things you learned today. Diving pays off, says Mark. I guess he meant to put diving pays off, etc., etc., because that was one thing. But either way, Mahrez is brilliant. I can't deny that. We're all going to miss Conor Lee's Montana Magruder. That's a great name, by the way. You sound like, Montana Magruder. You sound like an extra in, like, I don't know, like, I don't know, a TV show. I was going to say, what's that Peaks show? What, Twin Peaks or something like that. Montana Magruder. Or like a Western, like I'm Sheriff Montana Magruder. Or something like that. Pretty much spot, right? What a name. Either way, Sheriff Montana, I'm going to call you. We're all going to miss Kun, mate. We're all going to miss Kun. He might stay, by the way. Who knows? But I just see a future where it changes. Foden was brilliant, by the way. I thought Foden was fantastic today. I love Foden's energy and his desire to be involved. He was brilliant. Yellowstone, Stephen. What about Yellowstone? A beautiful place I'd love to go one day. Sterling needs to earn his way back in the starting 11. Foden plays better left wing. Sergio G, I love Sterling, but I can't deny at the moment, like, Sterling was better today. He was better than Sterling's been recently, so that's how it should be. I'm sorry, if you have a stinker, and Sterling did have a stinker, like, I do my player ratings video. I'm not sure how many people get to watch them. Members do. But I rarely... Oh, Yellowstone's a show, is it? I've never heard of it, Metalliton, sorry. But I rarely give a free out. And I gave a free for Sterling last game because I thought he was genuinely bad. He was bad, unfortunately. But Foden, the shirt should be his right now, and rightfully so. Mahrez and Foden, they've earned the chance, man. They've earned the chance. I thought the false 9, by the way, we looked a lot more fluid today. I mean, Jesus and Sterling were probably rightfully dropped because they had shockers. But it was good to see De Bruyne play a lot better today and find a way into his form. We need to sort out that defensive solidity. Fernandinho was good going forward and his passes were really good, but I do think he looked a little bit leggy going backwards a couple of times tonight, which is understandable. I think it is fair to say your bet didn't come through, Legend. Unlucky, mate, unlucky. And hope Kevin signs the thing, says Joker Cinematics. It'd be lovely, wouldn't it? It's Kevin Costner in it as a ranch owner cowboy. Kevin Costner in Yellowstone. Sounds interesting. The refereeing was more than awful, I say. It was abysmal. Like, I'll see if there's any more quotes from Mr. Josep Baldi Guardiola, fraudman. What's he been saying? Guardiola said, I'm proud of this club. I don't know another one, but in this club, what we have done in the last decade, in the last years, we did it by ourselves, that's for sure. On rotation, he said, we arrive in the right time of the season with not many games. The players who helped me out a lot of the season, I will rotate less. And the players who think about clubs and the team, the rest will be on the bench. Interesting, man. Basically, it sounds to me like he's saying there, I've got certain players now. Everyone's kind of fit and ready. So what I'm going to try and do is play the players now who perform. Because everyone's fit and ready. Most players have been rotated and rested. So maybe he's going to do that, man. Maybe he's going to do that. He also went on to say, it's a tough game. The team that makes us suffer the most this season is Southampton. Without the ball, they have a process to press incredibly well. After 2 shots on target, we scored 2 goals. In the first half, John Moss knows the VAR did the rest. He's getting a dig in there. Second half, we were much better. He said, unfortunately, at 4-1, they scored the second, and we have to avoid it. But in general, another victory onto Fulham. Today, the quality of our players won the game. This game belongs to the players. Riyad, Phil, Kevin, they won the game. Spot on. Absolutely spot on, Guardiola. I like the fact that he's addressed defensively a bit poor, but I also like the fact that he went, no, fuck you, Rash. He said, oh, you're terrible. Guardiola's well sassy. Like, he's got a little bit of you about you, actually. Nicola says she's... Yeah, he's got a bit of big Nick energy, big Nicola energy. I mean, if you watch the watch long, you'll know that. But either way, you're my sassy little queen, and Guardiola is our sassy little bean. He's bold. He's bold. That really made Nicola laugh. I only make these shit jokes just because Nicola laughs at them. She's like laughing like like a performing little animal. Is adorable. But yeah, Guardiola is our sassy little bean. Hello, Stephen Browning. Welcome to the stream, Stephen Browning. You chose a good time to join in. The first thing you'll hear is sassy little bean, and I hope you enjoyed it. A bit of SLB is all we want. Aguero, his runs were sharp. They were sharp. Man of the match team, Foden, KDB or Gundogan. I'd probably say Mahrez. Mahrez or Foden. Both absolutely brilliant, I would say. I don't mind who gets it after that. But yeah, Ari and K saying Mahrez is a fucking joke. How good is that guy's left peg? Ridiculous. Today, absolutely brilliant. Is Mahrez finally into it now? Sorry? Mahrez is on fire. Yeah, he's on fire, Nicola. Nicola asked what's his form like at the moment. Yeah, no, I would give Mahrez probably the man of the match too, but I don't mind who gets it. The point is they're both brilliant. Would I sell my PS5? Do I act rubber guts? How much do you want to buy it off me for, mate? And then we'll see. Then we'll talk. Nicola will fight me. This is the thing that she got for free. Stephen, you legend. We need a striker option to complete our new spy in the form of Haaland. I definitely read that out because of a compliment, I'll be honest. Your eyes are drawn to compliments because I have a fragile ego. He went on to say, but in terms of Aguero, do you see him leaving for Barca and Messi coming the other way? That'd be interesting, Adam, wouldn't it? And maybe he'll go to PSG. I reckon PSG would be a better move if Messi wanted to leave, because I think he'd want to just think, fuck it, I'll live in Paris, a beautiful place. Aguero's a bit of a playboy as well. He likes the playboy lifestyle these days, so maybe he'd fancy living there. But Haaland, you're absolutely right, man. Haaland would be fantastic. I've still got a bad feeling, man. I've still got a bad feeling about Haaland. It's just a gut instinct. It's just called being a City fan. It's difficult, man. It's difficult. I do struggle. But we'll see. By the way, I think I'm going to try something new. It might not work, but I think I'm going to try some fan cams, like a live phone in, right after this. I think what I'm going to do is go on StreamYard. It might look a bit shit because I haven't signed up for StreamYard. I apologise. But I might go on StreamYard after this and get some of the members on, because it's the least I can do for those guys. So if you want to have a chat, watch it, come back after this, all right? But I'm going to try and set that up, and I'll probably be back live in like 10-15 minutes or so, because I need to work out to set it up. I don't know if anyone will join me or not, but I'll certainly see. So if you're watching as a member, a second tier member above or whatever, or you're in the Slack group, look out for it. Guys, we won 5-2. That is literally all that matters. You're all absolutely awesome. I'll be back live again, like in 10-15 minutes, hopefully. So hopefully I'll see you on the other side. In a bit, you're all absolutely awesome. Come on, City. Nicola, got any final words before I go? No. That is... Everyone embrace your big Nick energy. She said, everyone embrace your big Nick energy. Bye-bye. Like, comment, subscribe. City are good at football. #analysis. Wonderful. Bye-bye.